Do you lack willpower? Focus? Is it difficult for you to be alert? Maybe you're a very consistent person and you go to the gym. Do you not see any significant gains? Do you have low self-esteem? Do you not feel masculine enough? If you answer yes to any of those questions, it is very likely that you have poor sleep. And that is supported by the numbers. Like 30% of the American adult population have chronic insomnia. Not like a bad night's sleep, fucking chronic insomnia. And I would take the guess that it's similar in other developed countries and in developing countries as well. Which is very surprising given how easy it is to have a consistent and healthy sleeping schedule. There's only 3 things that you need if you want a really good sleeping schedule. And I'm gonna cut to the chase. What you need is, first of all, to deserve the sleep that you want to get. If you sit on your ass all day, if you just play video games, if you're just eating bad quality food, if you're just watching porn on social media, maybe you go to work, right? Or maybe you go to university. But if you come back to your house and you're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna chill and, play fucking Minecraft or Fortnite, or, I'm gonna watch YouTube videos. I need to rest. I earned my rest. No, you fucking didn't. You should end your day just begging to go to sleep. You should come back from work or from school or both, and then you should train. You should tire your body. Go out with your fucking dog and then come back and then go to the gym. Or if there's no gyms or you have no money or no time, just Google those routine for, working at home, no equipment, 1 hour exercise. Or you should do enough things throughout the day. You went out with your girlfriend. That's incredible. And then you walked your dog and then you organized and you worked on your business, whatever you do. But your schedule should be packed of things that require effort and that tire you out. You should feel tired at the end of the day. And you should feel happy that you're tired because you earned feeling tired. And it's going to be really easy, and I speak from experience, to just coming home after working, after school, after training, being exhausted. It's super easy to just put my head on the pillow and fall asleep, just like that, just knocked out. That is, I would say, one of the most important things. That's why I said it first. Oh. But arguably, after that, maybe you're not tired, but after earning your sleep, consistency. I would say consistency is king. Falling asleep at the same time every single day, and as a result, you're most likely gonna wake up at the same time every single day. Work to do in the morning, or school as I do, you cannot really just leave it to, well, yeah, if I wake up, my circadian rhythm, I would advise, if you can go without alarm clocks, because they do disrupt your circadian rhythm, go for it, but that is optional. What is important is to be constant. Consistency. Every single day, Monday through Sunday. Some people have the necessity to say oh yeah, well, Saturdays and Sundays or Fridays, I'm going to sleep in a little bit. I earned it. I'm tired. Your body doesn't know what a fucking Friday or a Sunday is. Those are human inventions. What is true is the sun, getting up on the sky and then setting at night. And that's what you should follow. You should strive to go to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time. Preferably, go to sleep when the sun is setting, waking up when it is rising. And when you choose a schedule, what time am I going to sleep and wake up from now on? Do it with the mentality of, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. Choose a schedule that you could stick to realistically. Oh yeah, I'm going to wake up at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and then I'm going to grind at the gym. If you want to do that, it's fine. But keep in mind a realistic time. you know your body. I'm not saying wake up at fucking 1 p.m. and be a fucking slob. But For example, for me, it's 6 in the morning. For some people, it's 7, 8, or 9. For some people, it's 5. What time can you wake up every single day for the rest of your life and stick to it? Of course, life gets in the way sometimes, and sometimes you have events, birthdays, Christmas, it's not gonna be New Year's and you're gonna be like, okay, guys, everybody, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm like, no, maybe if you want to, but being realistic, there's holidays and life gets in the way. But for most days of your life, what time could you go to sleep and wake up? Keep in mind that you need around, more or around 9 hours to sleep. So sleep is broken into this 90-minute cycles, so an hour and a half. And it is preferably better to stick to those 90-minute cycles. So for example, sleeping 6 hours is preferably to sleeping 5 hours or 7 hours, but you should aim for 9 hours because, it's comprised of the hour and a half cycles and but if you want to sleep, 6 hours, that you need to be at least 7 hours in bed because, the time that it takes to fall asleep, maybe you wake up in the middle of the night, whatever thing happens, you need to set aside at least 1 more hour to be in bed than what you're gonna want to sleep. So, you should aim for 6 hours or, preferably 9 hours of sleep. So you should be at least 10 hours in bed. And you should keep that in mind. And a lot of people are going to say, well, I cannot be 10 hours in bed. And then I would ask to those people, how much time do you spend on your phone? How much time do you spend watching Netflix? Or on Facebook or, YouTube Reels and just going to be 5 minutes. And then you're 3 hours just scrolling with your mouth open. Just how much time do you devote to consuming media? Is that more important than your health, your social life, your gains at the gym, your masculinity? I'm saying you most likely could allocate 10 hours of sleep. But anyway, after, earning your sleep and after consistency, what you need is to relax, which is very, it should be intuitive. But a lot of people, don't really take that into account. You should not do overstimulating things before you're gonna sleep. So, there's this very popular advice, you should put your phone on low brightness. You should use the blue light filter. Every fucking tablet and computer and phone has a blue light filter, so the light is more warm and kind of red, and that is good for sleep. It doesn't interfere with or it interferes less with your circadian rhythm. So you hear that a lot, low brightness and blue light filter, or some people take it more to the extreme and say no screens, no screen time whatsoever before sleep. And if it that works for some people, but for me, I do sometimes read on my phone before falling asleep. Some people do it on Kindle. Some people, like to, I don't fucking know, watch those, for example, as well, I watch those, ASMR calming videos, before falling asleep, like fireplace or rain sound videos. And yeah, the thing is, it's not so much the screen time as it is what you're doing with your screen time. So for example, video games, those are very mentally stressing. You have to run, rush B and kill those 4 guys, and then you have to recharge, and you're speaking with your online friends, and then you're I don't know, slaying some monsters. So you're playing League of Legends, and you're you should come to gank on bot, and no, what the fuck is the jungle doing? Right? you cannot relax playing video games. It is very mentally stimulating and stressing. So that is one activity, porn as well. Like, just what, like a fucking monkey, just like the neuron activation, like even reading, which is a very calming thing, should be, if you're reading like something distressing, like if you're gonna want to read, you should read something that's gonna calm you down. Something, not even like, if, for example, if it's like something with a lot of information that you are gonna have to retain, like a very technical book as well, you should be just doing light reading, right? If you're gonna read before sleep, like I do, you should do light reading. You should do either reading on something that you already know or are familiar with, and that's going to be like super mentally stimulating, or on, even, yeah, just something that is going to be a low charge of information, that it's not like this epic fights and like, so, though some people, reading is preferable over video games and stuff, but yeah, just pick material that is, calm, basically. Also, eating whatever, just like right before sleep, eating junk food and mentally stimulating things, even just thinking about like, oh man, like that dude at the fucking, bus, he looked at me weird. Like, no, you should try and clear out your head of those thoughts. And even like an obsession with having like the perfect sleep environment could lead to poor sleep. So you can implement these like steps to fall asleep easier. And then, I'm going to give you like these 3 steps, and I'm going to give you some additional steps. But, if those additional steps distress you, you should just avoid them, really. And, those are just like a plus for the people who could use them, but they're not like necessary. Like these 3 things that I'm saying are necessary, but like the others are just if you want to. And, an obsession with just like the perfect sleeping environment, like blah, I'm gonna, like that can create anxiety. You should clear your mind of anxiety. But that is way easier said than done, is it? The very, the most important thing I would say to help with anxiety is, well, it's 2 things actually. The first one is knowing what you're gonna do the next day. It's positive anticipation. So really just a to-do list. You grab a little notebook or your phone and you write, okay, so tomorrow I need to walk my dog, then I go to class, then I come, I come home, and then I go to the gym, and then I'm gonna, meet up with my friends, and then I'm gonna shower, and like write what you need to do in the order that you need to do it, with the times, of course, like as well as I said before, time, life gets in the way, but in the, hours that you would prefer to do it, just write it down and be, that makes you like, doesn't it make you like happy, like motivated to say like, okay, so tomorrow I'm gonna do this. You look forward for tomorrow. You plan in advance, okay, and instead of like waking up and just like scrolling on your phone for half an hour and like then, just going to shit and then going back to your bed and like, oh, I'm late for whatever. If you wake up and you're like, okay, so this says I have to do my bed, in the 10-minute radius, time span that I wake up. So you do your bed, and then you brush your teeth, and then you walk your dogs, and then you go to school or the gym or whatever. And you follow that order. So that is gonna help you with like keeping a busy schedule, and also with having a clearer head. You don't have to use the mental energy to just like decide at what time in the moment what you're gonna do if you have it preset. And that is gonna help you fall asleep if you do it every night. Okay, what am I gonna do tomorrow? And it's gonna make you way more prepared for the day. Way more. The second thing, and a very important one, This is super important and super helpful, and a lot of people overlook it. Just, oh, that's lame, that's corny, and like, no, but like meditation, legit, just, you could either, there's this thing called mindfulness, which is really amazing for me, which it is literally just, as the name suggests, just being aware, being mindful of your environment. So what are we gonna do now? It's a little exercise. I'm just gonna demonstrate how I do it, because you don't have to like learn like this Tibetan like chants or whatever. A lot of like the videos on meditation, like they just like give these fucking weird explanations that with like technical language, and it's really easy. You just have to like, what I'm gonna do, you're gonna just imitate it for now. You're gonna close your eyes, be in a comfortable position, your bed, on a fucking chair on the floor. You're gonna be aware, you're gonna feel the fucking where you're sitting, just take a moment. And now you're gonna breathe. You're gonna breathe in. Fill up your lungs. You're gonna wait a little bit. You're gonna breathe out. You're gonna breathe in. Wait. You're gonna breathe out. You're gonna breathe in. We're gonna hold it. We're gonna breathe out. Your body should be relaxed. A lot of thoughts are gonna go, pop up in your head. The idea is to, when you notice that you're not thinking about your breathing, go back to it. So the thing with meditation is, you don't like start breathing and your mind goes clear. No, it's the opposite. Social media and television and video games have fried our brains so much that we have this like just constant need for you're scrolling on TikTok. There's a new video with new information every fucking second. Your brain is used to new information every second. If it's shut down, like if it's on quiet, it doesn't know what to do. So it pops up new information every second. The idea of meditation is to ignore that new information every time it comes. Just focus on your breathing, and it's going to be not difficult because you're not even going to notice when you get distracted. But once you do notice, you're going to want to go back to your breathing. And it's like working out. It's like with any skill, right? It gets more and more easier over time. So these are the main three things: just deserving the sleep, consistency, and being relaxed, having a clear mind. And the benefits are really, really astonishing. The low self-esteem, the lack of gains, every one of the negative things that come with poor sleep, they can be explained by two things, like the natural processes of regeneration and the overall positive, just the inherent health benefits that come with sleep. The increase in testosterone as well. But also, if you are someone with poor sleep, you're most likely going to be tired to make plans. Your friends are like, hey, you want to hang out? No, I can't, man. I'm just too tired. And like, yeah, I'm going to go. And then you fall asleep. You're not going to perform well in the gym. With your romantic relationships and the pursuit of them, with school, with whatever enterprise you propose to yourself, poor sleep is going to make it more difficult, which in turn is going to impact your mental and physical health, which, it's kind of like a vicious cycle. It's going to impact your sleep, but it's very easy to just break that cycle. It is very easy to adopt the positive steps to get good sleep, which is in turn going to help you adopt more positive steps, which is going to help you get more good sleep in life, right? Now, there are some additional things, here and there that you can do. For example, having a cool room temperature is going to help you fall asleep faster. So, if you have AC or a fan, incredible, right? I'm not saying like sleep without your covers. If you want, you could. But even if you sleep with your covers, if the room is cooler, then that's better. Now, what you should avoid, as I said before, stressing things and overstimulating things like porn, junk food, video games, social media. And I think, you should avoid this at all times, but especially before bedtime, right? You should also avoid like bright artificial lights before going to sleep, and especially if they are overhead lights. If you must have a light in your room, at nighttime, preferably it should be a dim light, and it should be at floor level or below, at least, below your eye level. So, preferably on a counter, even better on the floor, kind of like a campfire in the old days, right? A lot of people as well say like, well, I don't drink water before going to bed, and like, if that would help some people, but I would say it's better to do Kegel exercises. You should like search on the internet what Kegel exercises are. It's for like the pelvic area. It's very easy as well. And that is gonna help you like retain like piss and stuff, and like, if you want to get to like being 70, 80 years old, 90, and not piss yourself, and holding your piss down, Kegel exercises are good for it. Not fucking wanting to go to piss every time you're gonna go to sleep. Of course, don't hold your piss. Don't. But like, it is gonna make it easier for you now and in your later days, to fall asleep. And like, I don't know, like some people that suffer from like bedwetting after a certain age, like if you start doing like this on your younger times, and whatever time age you are, if you start doing this, it's going to decrease that chance, right? So doing the Kegel exercises. Also, it should come as a no-brainer. I feel like I shouldn't even say this, but like alcohol, weed, they are sleep disruptors. So falling asleep and like being knocked out does not equal quality sleep. A lot of people fall asleep with weed or with alcohol, but that actually just gives you a really shitty sleep. You're not gonna get into REM, which is like the rapid eye movement sleep, when your body like actually is doing like the regeneration and the processes that are gonna help you. So avoid weed, avoid alcohol as well, not only before bedtime, but just in general. Something that is also kind of a no-brainer is if you take caffeine after 2 p.m., that is going to be detrimental. That is other, like the general, like you've seen like the self-improvement, like things like general, like journaling and like doing a list for tomorrow and meditation and exercise. Like all those things are good for your sleep. And your sleep is good for those things, right? I would say if you can do exercise as early as you could in the day, Some people can only train at night, but if you have the option to train in the morning, train in the afternoon, train as early as you can, because sleep is good for you, and sleep is gonna help you have a better. Training it's good for you, but it's gonna help you have better sleep. But if you can train as early as you can, that's going to be as well better for your sleep. Your circadian rhythm does get a slightly delayed. And I know some people, some weak people are going to be like, okay, well, I'm not going to work out because, that's going to mess with my sleep. No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't twist my words. You should work out. And if you can only work out at night, that's fine. But if you can work out earlier, that's fantastic. If you master falling asleep early, waking up early is not gonna be fucking difficult. Not at all. And you're gonna be waking up when weak people are falling asleep. The dude that had like a 10-hour video game binge in the night, just talking on Discord with other losers. He's falling asleep at 5, 6. You're waking up at that time. And some people are gonna mock you. You have a bedtime like a little child, and like, but you'll know, right? How far you can get if you have the positive habits. The weak people are always the loudest. Yeah, he has a fucking bedtime. Like, look at him, guys. Like, now think about the guy that has an actual bedtime and is training for the Olympics. Who's a or a researcher, in a some fucking science field, right? Or a successful artist, or an entrepreneur. Whatever you fucking do. Do you do sports? Think of someone who does that sport professionally. Someone who's doing what you want to do and is doing it better, they have a bedtime. And they're more quiet. They don't tell anyone. Who do you want to be more like? It's a competition. You have to take what you want. I hope this was useful. I hope you can start doing this like me. I had a really shitty sleeping schedule thanks to the pandemic. And I've been able, in a very short amount of time, in about a year, working and studying and training, I've been able to adopt it. If you want, you can recap on the comments what you learned, make it more digestible. If you've gone so far into the video, you're clearly interested in bettering yourself and bettering your sleep. You can go back to the comment if you want, change stuff, or maybe say like, in a month, yeah, this was wrong, this was right, this worked for me. Hey guys, this worked for me. Type what worked for you, what didn't, some tips that you have. And if you want to learn from other guys in the comments, that's fine. That's pretty much it for me for now. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as well that you learned from it. And just go and take action. A lot of people are gonna click off and feel better that they saw a self-improvement video. Go and plan your fucking day, the rest of your day. If it's late, then plan for tomorrow. Thinking that you have to earn your sleep. Thinking that you need to have a clearer mind. Meditation. Journaling. And that's it.